What's going on, everybody? This is the Objective Jerk, and I am said jerk. How are you all doing? I'm doing pretty good. Just trying to get some things done around the house. Waiting on my drivetrain for my mountain bike, which is I was hoping going to come in today, but it looks like it's not going to be till Monday, which sucks. But you know what can you do? Other than that, I'm just been chilling at home and just trying to get little things done here and there, but I wanted to talk about a couple things going on in the news, and just spoiler alert, I'm probably gonna say some words I don't generally say. I mean, I do it's gonna be a little bit of a rant, a little bit of saying some bad words. So for those of you that don't like, illicit, or I mean, it's not going to be that bad. Illicit might be too strong of a word, but it seems like I've kind of put off talking about this because it's annoying, and so I have a feeling I'm gonna go off at the mouth a little bit. So just forewarned. Anyway, so I'll just get right into it. Right, Zelensky, the greatest con man of all time. Even better than the manager guy that, managed and created NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. I just watched that documentary recently. Zelensky's the biggest. I don't know. But I mean, to be fair, there is crap going on there, but I don't think it's anything like how some people think, and most of the money that we've sent has just been laundered and put back in the pockets of a lot of politicians. That's what I think. Anyway, so Zelensky came to the White House to talk to President Trump, and J.D. Vance was there. So was Marco Rubio, I guess his name is, right? And it was supposed to be kind of like just a little picture taken, and just a little kind of, I don't think they were originally going to do like, have the talk. It was just more of a, hey, look, we're talking about this, and that, and then probably it would have been done. Then they would have got together and they would have got down to the nitty gritty. This was just, it was what do you call it? It was for their press and everything, to take pictures and all that kind of. I can't think of the word right now, but then it just turned it. A couple words were exchanged, and it grew into basically almost like a debate. And Trump kicked his ass out. And granted, when you watch it, and Trump was talking about, we have the cards, you don't have the cards. And then Zelensky's like, this ain't a game. Like, to be fair, English is not his, his first, language. It's not his, English is, I don't know how many languages he speaks. His primary language is Russian, though, so maybe he should fucking be Russian instead of Ukraine. Anyway, so they're going back and forth, and it's like Zelensky is like the little brat. He reminds me of the kids when you go to the grocery store and they don't get their little whatever, and they throw a tantrum and lay on the floor and kick and scream until finally their parents give in and give him what he wants. Never got his ass beat. Never told no, never any of that stuff, And it kind of shows. And then you see all these people supporting him, and they're the exact type of person. It's like, dude, he's asking, he's a bum holding out his hand, asking for money. And he sits there and comes in like a fucking cocksucker. It's like, you don't do that. You don't go into somebody's house, disrespect them, and expect to, get something you're asking for. That's like me going to my neighbor because I want to borrow some kind of tool because I don't want to rent it at Lowe's or Home Depot because it's so much money. So I go to my neighbor, hey man, can I borrow this tool? But I come in acting like I own the place, talking shit, and still expecting him to lend me the tool? No. That's like ridiculous. Are you fucking kidding me? And then you got people, John Bolton, the stupid cartoon-looking motherfucker with the mustache. He's sitting there calling for Rubio and advisor Mike Waltz to resign because of how Zelensky was treated. How Zelensky was treated? So let me guess. That motherfucker and all these people are like, oh my gosh, I'm stand with Zelensky. Yeah, most of the crap is bullshit. It's all bots and people trying to get, stir up whatever. So, I mean, I know most of it's bunk, but there are some people that do feel that way. And it's like, that tells me you would let some dude come into your home, disrespect you, your significant other, and or your children, and you would just take it up the ass. We got to be nice. It's like, no. Where were they? Where was the meeting? Was it in Ukraine? Was it in some, Switzerland? Or somewhere else? No, it was in the White House. So you don't go into the fucking White House disrespecting the president and all that kind of crap and expect to just, like, he's a fucking piece of shit. Zelensky's a douchebag. He's a fucking cokehead fucking piece of shit. And then you have people that just despise Trump so bad, and it's like, that just shows me what the kind of cuck you are. I figured out that's the word, right? CUNT and CUCK. Those are the derogatory terms. And that's who these people fucking are, man. I can't stand because Joe Biden would have just sat there and just sucked fucking Zelensky's dick off and, oh yeah, we'll do whatever. Okay. Oh, we love you. Or you have, what's his face, Sean Penn giving him an Oscar. It's like, supposedly he was paid to do that too. It's like these people are cucks and cunts. All of them. They're pieces of shit. And it's infuriating. Like, these people it's like, no. I'm fucking proud of my president now. And my vice president for standing up. Speaking of which, it was nice to have a vice president that actually backed up his president instead of fucking Mike Pence and his dumb fucking ass just sitting there not saying shit. He's a fucking cocksucker too. Or a cuck. So at least JD Vance was like, yo, Zelensky, shut the fuck up, you stupid motherfucker. And they both were like, get the fuck out of here. You're a piece of shit. I'm paraphrasing, but that shit was retarded. And then you get on like, I know I shouldn't. I don't really get on Threads, right? It's connected to my Facebook. I don't know. I have accounts on various things. I got accounts on TikTok and Threads and Instagram and Facebook, all the normal whatever. But the only thing I really use is like X and Facebook are the only ones I really kind of get in and look. But Facebook lately has been driving me fucking nuts too. So it's like I'm getting on it less, which is good. I hate social media. I really do. But, so when I post things on, I don't know if it's Instagram or Facebook or whatever, it automatically puts it on Threads, right? And then you'll be on, I think it's like Instagram. And you'll see like, oh, all these, notifications. Those notifications, dude, are so fucking full of shit. How many times you get on and you're like, oh man, look at these people. And then it's like, oh, this is, it's like bullshit notification. Because nobody's getting on, social media is kind of plateauing out a little bit, I think. Just because the way things are going, the shifting that you see going on, I think a lot of people are like kind of done with it and don't get on it as much as they used to. Just because of how, I don't know. That's just the feeling I get. But I fell for it. I saw all these things, Threads. Oh, and I click on it. I don't remember what it was, but then I start kind of looking down and just seeing all these. I'm embarrassed to be an American. I'm a veteran and a Marine, and I'm disgusted with JD Vance. It's like, dude, then get the fuck out of here. Go live in Ukraine, then, you piece of shit cocksucker. Go. Fuck you. It's either support him or shut the fuck up. These fucking people. God, they're stupid. They're so fucking dumb.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thanks again for listening to The Objective Jerk. I greatly appreciate it. If you could like, subscribe, comment on wherever you're finding this, and you can also email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. So, hope you're enjoying it, and please continue on with the episode.
Again, I can understand maybe you feel bad for the Ukraine because you're easily brainwashed, or you don't like Trump because you're easily brainwashed. But don't be disingenuous. Don't be, I don't know. Trump could have handed the keys to the White House to Zelensky and people would still be like, Trump is so... It's like, it just, whatever. It's just so fucking annoying. People... Was it 400 million that voted for Harris? 400 million people are fucking stupid in America. 400 million. That's a lot. 400 million cucks and cunts. That's a lot of cucks and cunts. I'm going to make a shirt. Cucks and cunts. Instead of boats and hoes. Cucks and cunts. Cucks and cunts. America is filled with cucks and cunts. I told you I was going to go on a rant. I knew it. Anyway, I think that's it, though, for that. Now on to, did I talk about it last time? I'm not sure I did, but definitely, I think I mentioned it. Is it Pam Bondi? What the hell's her name? The Secretary of Defense, or no, not the Secretary of Defense. The Attorney General, right? With the Epstein files. She gets on the news and like, oh my gosh, you're going to be surprised. Next day, they just have these people holding their binders and like, look at us. And it was all crap. Like, what the hell was that about? Like, it's just... And I watched an interview with a guy who was there, and he was part of the group. Or no, he wasn't part of the group. He wasn't like one of the, what do you call it? You know, like the content creators. Like, he had these unknown content creators, which, you know, giving them a shot, I guess. You know, hey, these people are supportive. Almost like me. It's almost like if the White House called me up and said, hey, you want to come to the White House and be there when we give out the, you know, you're a podcaster and whatever. You want to do it? You know, you can get your, you know, would I say no? If they're buying me a ticket to DC to do that, to meet Trump, fuck yeah, I'm going to go. But yeah, it was kind of just, it was really disappointing. And then they get out the binders and there's nothing new. There was like, what was it? There was something. So the guy that was there, I don't know if he was trying to just repair whatever damage, but basically the photographers were there for something else. Let's see, crap, what was it? I can't remember now. And they were leaving and the photographer's there. So it kind of just happened, supposedly. So they made it kind of look like they were trying to like, oh, look at this, make it a big spectacle. But I don't know, who knows? But they should be ashamed of themselves. Don't get on Fox and make it seem like they're gonna, you know, release some kind of crazy, you know, evidence of why is this Giselle cunt face? Why is she in prison? Because she trafficked. God, I can't even say it. She trafficked young girls, right? Okay. So they know who they are. Who did she traffic them to? I don't know. Why is she in prison? Does she traffic these women, these young girls, to ghosts? Like, what's going on? No. So, you know, it's just, they know who it is. And the thing is, it's been so long. You think the FBI was holding on? Or there's deals being made. There's probably like FBI agents. It's like, hey, I got this thing. I got this tape of you. doing something. Give me some money, celebrity, and I'll get rid of it. You know that was happening. Fucking FBI. Yeah, they need to go. Just like the Democrats. What's his face needs to completely deactivate the FBI and then immediately activate a new branch and just totally get rid of everything. Get rid of, the history. And I mean, they're always been corrupt. I mean, look at fucking the dude that started it. What's his name? It's a fucking douche. Anyway. But yeah. So that whole thing was, I don't know. That was disappointing. I think that's the first time I woke up since Trump has been president and I was disappointed in something that he or his administration had done. So it's been like almost 2 months, or it has been 2 months, whatever. And it's been just nonstop wins. But then they had their first little L there. I mean, it's going to happen, but I hope they learn from it, though. I'm not saying what's-her-face needs to be fired or anything like that. But I hope she realized that she fucked up. How she fucked up, why she fucked up, and how to not fuck up again, But yeah, so it's crazy. And then the other thing, so Gene Hackman, so that just keeps, I don't know, I swear, I mean, not that I believe that information regarding incidences such as Gene Hackman get released little by little just to kind of, it's like they're helping feed the journalists and the news, and they get, because okay, if they let's say Gene Hackman, he died, right? And they show up, oh crap, and they're seeing all the stuff that they're looking at. So you have, they're both dead, his wife and his dog. Like, what was the first thing they said? Gene Hackman found dead, and his wife, along with his wife and his dog. It's like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. Did they kill themselves? Was there a gas leak? The next day, they were mummified. Whoa, mummified? So then people are thinking like they're like wrapped up in like mummies and shit, And then the next day, she was found in the bathroom with pills. It's like they keep feeding the fire, And they're doing it to help the system. You know what I mean? It's like, what they should do is like Gene Hackman was found dead in his home along with his wife. And then they'll be like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? And then wait till they do the autopsies and they do the investigation, and then they can release the whole thing. But they don't do that because then that's news. That's money that they're just throwing away. So giving out little bits of additional information just keeps it going, keeps the money rolling in, keeps the clicks, keeps the views. It's kind of retarded, man. It's annoying. Because it's like, now he was found in like the mud room, I guess, the room where you would go in to take off your shoes and whatever. And the dog that was dead was in like a closet in the bathroom. So it's like they just keep adding. And then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, but nothing, the door was unlocked or something. And then they're going to be like, oh, then there's bloody footprints in the hallway. What? You know what I mean? Like they just keep, it's just annoying. And that's why you can't really get too involved. And I even did it too. I was like, oh, well, I mean, usually the most simplest explanation is the right one or the real one. And I was thinking, like, I think a lot of people did, was like, carbon monoxide poisoning, because originally that's all they said, found dead. So you're thinking, okay, he's in bed with his wife and they're dead, right? And their dog laying beside them. Like, that's what I think people were picturing. Oh, gas leak, they died. Okay. Then it's like, oh, well, the wife was in another room. Okay, but maybe they had separate rooms. Oh, no, the wife was in the bathroom on the ground. Oh, okay. Oh, surrounded by pills. They just keep adding to it. It's like, well, why don't you just shut your fucking mouth and wait till the investigation's over and then tell us what happened? Because this shit is annoying. So now it's like he was in the room just by the front door, just sitting there, dead. So I'm thinking he just was getting ready to go somewhere and put on some shoes. and he died. Like, this is what it kind of looks like now. And I don't know. I'm done. I'm not going to be like, honestly, I'm getting to the point where I don't care. But it just looks like he died. Natural causes. He was getting ready to leave, whatever, get his shoes on, get his boots on. He was bent over, putting his boots on, leaned back, and he died. The wife comes over, finds him dead. Freaks out, right? Decides she can't go on without him. And then she has her favorite little dog. And maybe, I don't know, the whole thing with the dog is kind of weird. I don't get what, maybe she wants to take the dog with her is what she's thinking. So maybe she gave him the pills. I don't know. Or she took a bunch of pills and then killed herself. And maybe the dog just ate some of the pills and, by accident. And I don't know. Who knows? But the whole thing is it's just weird. But the media is just making it worse. They really are. You know what I mean? Just Gene Hackman found dead in his home at the age of 95. That's it. Okay? 2 weeks later, after the autopsies, after all the investigations done, then it's like, okay, Gene Hackman was fine. And then give us the thing. Give us the story. Give us what happened. Tell us what happened. Tell us the evidence. This little some investigation has shown he did not vacuum his floor. It's like, I don't know. It's just fucking annoying. Excuse me. Fuck Zelensky. Okay? Yeah. And if you like Zelensky more than President Trump, fuck you too. Oh, so annoying. Anyway, the frustrated podcast. Fucking frustrated. I don't know. I'm just waiting to see. I mean, I guess there are some out there. There's some people on CNN. I've seen some people that kind of seem like they're a little more common sense in the middle. You're seeing it a little bit more, but it just kind of sucks that people that you respected or looked up to, whether it's a celebrity or a family member or a friend, and they don't get it, and I don't know. It's like you should just stay out of politics. I wish I could, man. I'm really sucks, right? As you get older, I mean, it's kind of typical. You get cynical, and it's like that's kind of how it is, man. I'm like the cynical cocksucker. Maybe that's what my podcast should be, the cynical cocksucker. Everything. I even had a conversation about it with my son or my family. We went driving somewhere, and it's like, there's like the new Jurassic Park movies coming out. Like, just for my listeners, Hollywood is just trash. I don't care. I'm not interested anymore. And it sucks because I loved movies. I still do. I love older movies. The problem is now, like I tried watching The Irishman on Netflix a little while back, and I can't even look at De Niro anymore because he's such a fucking psycho. And it sucks. When he was saying some stupid shit, I'm like, well, I'm not going to watch anything new with him. I'll watch the classics. I'll watch Goodfellas. I'll watch Casino. I'll watch, whatever. And I've tried and I can't. I'm just like, because it pulls me out, and I just sit there and think of what a fucking moron he is. I'm sure another 5 years from now or something, maybe I'll be able to, but it just sucks, man. And God, what was I? Again, just recently I was watching, I started watching American Primeval? I want to say it's Prime Evil, but it's not. Primeval? What? I don't know. On Netflix. It's really dark. I'm really not in the mood for that kind of crap at this moment. I'm trying to find something. Because again, there's like race stuff involved, which I like history. And yes, people, there's lots of crazy shit. America was nuts back in the day. But it's like, that's all everybody kind of tries to talk about and bring up. It's like, I just want to forget about the 400 million retards that are in America and however many are in the rest of the world that are just stupid. And it's hard. You can't. It's almost impossible. It's like I watched the other day, and it was great because it was just I was into the movie. So Shoot to Kill, I think it's called. It's an old movie, like the 80s, late 80s. It has Tom Berenger and Sidney Poitier. I don't know if I say that right. Where there's like a crazy killer guy. he tricks people into, or he manipulates his way into a fishing trip where people are going hiking and they're going to go fishing, right? It's got what's it, Christy Alley in it, right? And where did I see this at? I think I saw it on YouTube actually. And so they're chasing them, and that's a great. I mean, it's not like a masterpiece or anything. It's a buddy cop kind of movie, but it's a great movie. I remember watching it as a kid a bunch of times because it was probably on like Cinemax or some shit. And I haven't watched it in years. And I watched it and I was like, oh, this is great. And the whole time I was loving it, and I wasn't even thinking about the retards in America, the 400 million retards in America. But there was a scene, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you should watch it. It's pretty good. But the two main characters, Tom Berenger and Sidney Poitier, they run into a bear, right? And so they start to run away from the bear. Tom Berenger falls because he's the country bumpkin, outdoorsman, and you got the city cop, FBI agent, FBI boo, you suck. And then he, falls down. So then Sidney Poitier is like, this and that, and he runs away, and he's like, what'd you do? He's like, and he said something like, oh, it's probably he never seen a black man before or something like that. You know what I mean? And I was like, if they were to remake this film, they would make that line and they'd be like, oh, well, I guess bears aren't racist. Like, they'd say something stupid. I just know they would. They just got to ruin everything. But anyway, so it's like I can only really watch older movies. And even some older movies, though, but that have this underlying, like, anti-whatever that I never really caught or cared for. Now okay, Day After Tomorrow. It's on Netflix, right? I was watching that. I watched that movie when it first came out in theaters. I remember seeing it in theaters. Now I'm watching it, and it's just the climate. I never realized how much climate change crap was just pushed in that movie. So I'm watching it, and it's just like, it's just annoying. So I turned it off. So yeah, it's just. So when you get older, you just get cynical. You don't have time for the retardness anymore. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's just annoying. But anyway, I think that's it. I've been talking for a while. So, Trump's awesome. Zelensky's a piece of shit. If you like Zelensky, you're a cuck and a cunt. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. God bless. Sounds a little corny that I say that after what I said. But hey, I'm Catholic, so I can get away with it, right? No, no, it's not true. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.
You just put yourself through another episode of The Objective Jerk. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Please email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, comment, wherever you find this, follow. It all helps. But thanks again, and I'll see you next time.